Hey everyone, welcome back to the SOC Analyst L1 live training series. Today is day 26 and the topic is one of the most practical and common investigation you will perform in any SOC, which is phishing email analysis. So almost every organization gets phishing attempts daily. As an SOC analyst, it's your job to detect, analyze, and report them before user clicks those dangerous links or attachment. So basically, in the SOC, it's your job to analyze the email addresses that is received in the organization that are supposed to suspicious or contain some malicious attachments, contains some malicious links inside the mail, or contains some format which is malicious. So in today's session, we are basically going to understand how phishing attack works, how to analyze the emails, extract the IOCs, which is indicator of compromise, and use some open source tools to validate them safely. Okay, so are you ready? Let's begin. Okay, so let me open the slides. So as you know, today is day 26 and I'm Sumit Jain, your host, your mentor on this series. We are conducting a live series on YouTube based on SSC Analyst L1 role. So you can learn, practice, and then can get hired. So this is a little bit about me. Like I'm a penetration testing trainer and consultant, having 11 plus of years experience in ethical hacking, VAPT or red team operations, conducting workshops, trainings or internships for thousands of students, professional all across India, having specialization in blue and red team operations, threat detection and incident response. Right now, building the next generation of cybersecurity defenders by training them, mentoring them through this live series, organizing few offline and online courses as well related to SOC, penetration testing, ethical hacking, application security. You can check out the other resources, which is LinkedIn, Telegram, and Twitter. I'm sharing uh, content related to cybersecurity regularly. You can, if you haven't subscribed it yet on this YouTube channel where you're watching this video, so you can give this video a like and subscribe. So let's begin the today's topic, which is how to investigate uh, the phishing email analysis. But before I begin, you need to know about like what is actually phishing. What is phishing actually? Okay, so can anyone tell me in the comment, like in your observation, what is actually phishing means? What does mean phishing to you? When you hear this word very often, very regularly in the cybersecurity or in SOC or maybe in pen testing, like a phishing attack. So what does phishing means to you? And the topic on the session is completely meant to how an SOC analyst can basically detect and investigate these phishing attacks. Okay, so but you need to tell me first, like what is actually phishing, what is phishing means to you. Okay, so phishing is basically a term which is a type of social engineering attack in which the attacker basically tricks the users, basically victims, into clicking some malicious link, sharing credentials, or downloading some malware. So, suppose if you are receiving an email that says like you won some kind of lottery or you won some kind of prize ticket or something else, but to claim that you need to click on somewhere, that is the button, the link is present in the email itself, but you need to click on that. Okay, And then when you click on that, you will be redirected to somewhere else that looks like some legitimate website, looks like the interface of the applications looks like the original application, but it is not. And when you enter something like your credential, maybe it's like a page is there, a login page is there that is saying login with your Google account. And when you log in with the Google account, when you sign in with the Google, your credential can be captured, your credential can be snipped. Okay, so that attack is known as phishing. So phishing is type of social engineering attack in which the basically attacker is trying to trick you to click some malicious link. The objective of this is to capturing credential, or maybe they are tricking you to download some attachment, or maybe some docs are attached with it, some images are there, some zip file is there, some apk was there, some executable code was there, and when you click on them, a malware will be installed in your system. So that will be the scenario. So the most common phishing types are like the credential harvesting, like the fake login pages, in which you will redirect it to some applications. You will see a login page, and you if you put the credential, but the login page is fake. So when you put the credential will be saved somewhere else. The malware delivery, like through attachments, if a email contains a attachment and you are suspicion like the email is basically phishing email, so maybe the attachment contains some malware. And then the business email compromise, which is the CEO scam, and the spear phishing or whaling. So these are the common types of phishing. So phishing is like phishing, if I need to define phishing in one sentence, so phishing is where like the psychology meets technology. Attackers basically uses or using the human trust to bypass technical defenses. Because when you receive an email and you thought or you think like this is actual a legitimate email, but it is not. So attackers are basically taking some advantage of human trust to bypassing the technical defenses. And that is why this is the session you need to attend for. You need to be learn how to detect these phishing attempts, how to detect these phishing attacks. Okay, so why basically you need to learn about phishing? We talk about a lots of things like the brute force attack, the SIM tools, the alerts, the Splunk rules, the Splunk queries, and many more things. But why you need to learn about phishing? Is it that much important attack in terms of an organization, in terms of an individual user? Yes, it is. Because as an SOC analyst, you must or you need to identify the phishing attempts early. Because if suppose if the attack is uh, targeting one of your employee, then it could lead to something suspicious or something sensitive or something more dangerous. So in every SOC analyst, in every SOC, phishing is one of the most frequent alert type. You will get thousands email daily in your org. So you will get user reported suspicious email daily. Like when you are working as an SOC, maybe you are receiving some suspicious like the report users that the organization you are working in, the users are basically reporting the suspicious email. They think they are suspicious, but then you need to investigate. You need to check if they are real or fake positives. So your responsibilities as an associate analyst are to identifying the phishing attempts or phishing indicators, like if it is original or if it is looking suspicious. Some analyzing some headers, analyzing email body and attachments, extracting the IOCs, and then correlating or correlate those indicators to in your SIM. So basically, you need to analyze or you need to investigate the phishing attempts. So that's why you need to learn about the phishing attempts. Now, if I talk about the anatomy of phishing emails, like if you are receiving a email, so what are the key components you need to check out, or what are the some what are the things or what are the areas you need to look for, which is sender's address, subject line, email body, links, attachments, or email headers. All these six things are very important in an email. So if you are observing a email that you think is suspicious or maybe a legitimate one, so you need to check out those six things: the address, the subject line, the email body, the link, attachments, or headers. So we will talk about one by one, but let me show you one example of this. So see, this is a email. This is a email which I received on my mail account. And if you see, like the first thing you need to see like the sender's address. So the sender's address is like something like this, and the title is Federal Bureau of Investigation. Okay, and it is clearly indicating the subject. So when you see something, some keywords in the subject like the urgent matter requiring your attention, like some urgency, so they basically wants to highlight the body, highlight the message in front of you, like you need to react very early, this is something urgent. So if you think, if you observe like some urgency subject, so that will be a sign like this email could be a phishing email. The email address is the sender's email address. So this is the sender email address, and if you think this doesn't look like the original one, so maybe this is a fake application one, this is generated by the temporary email address or some fake email addresses. And then the email body, so this is the email body, sometimes like the email body itself indicating like this is the fake email address. Okay, so you can see out the email body, and in this email body it is saying like you were expected to receive a amount of $15 million as compensation of being scammed. So there has been some online lottery draw sponsored by some nation or something like that. So basically they basically wants to give you some money, but for that you need to contact them, then they will contact you back, and then so on and so on. So email body itself is a sign like what is, if it is a phishing email or if it is a actual email. Okay, and then the attachment link. So in this email I do not have any attachment, but sometimes you will get that like some files are attached, some links are there. Maybe in the email body you will find some link like click here, or click here to do something, click here to change your password, some call to action button. And then the email headers. So I'm going to tell you what email headers is actually, and how to particularly analyze a email address or a email, that you can check if it is a actual one or fake one. So see, in these two images are the example of phishing email. So let me first check with the first one. So if you check with the first one, the first check the address, sender's address. So sender address is something like no reply, then Suyas 72 and something like that. So this is not something a or look like a original email address. If you see, it is coming from an Apple organization. A logo is attached with it. But if you see the sender's email address, this is not looks like a Apple team. This is look like a something suspicious person is sending to me. Then if you see the message body, so in message body it is saying like your Apple ID is used to purchase something. So basically they are tricking you, like you purchase something from the Apple ID, and now you think like you didn't make any purchase, so why are you receiving this email from Apple? So you will click on that, you will click on something, some link like I have not purchased this item or that, right? So the email is saying your Apple ID just been used to purchase something from the App Store on a computer or a device, and then the date or the operating system or the browser is also there. If you look closely, the spelling of browser is wrong. So in this phishing type of email, the email body is also important. A lots of spelling mistake, a lots of alignment, or like the word mistake is already there, right? And then if you see, like in this email you will see attachment is also there. Okay, now look at the second screenshot. So second is saying coming from PayPal, but if you observe the sender email address, it not looks like PayPal, because it is saying services at the rate paypal hyphen accounts.com. If it is a legitimate email, then it will be coming from services at the rate paypal.com. But if you see the similar kind of domain email, like the PayPal hyphen account, test hyphen PayPal, demo hyphen PayPal, PayPal hyphen demo, or demo hyphen test, something like this. So you can instantly see like this is a fake one. You can check out the subject is also. So subject is saying your account access has been limited, like they are saying like my account is paused, or my account access has been limited. And now look the email body, which is saying the PayPal account is limited. Now you have only 24 hours to solve the problem, or your account will be permanently disabled. So they are saying to me like my account will be disabled. Now when you receive that kind of email, you will think my account got suspended, so let's react it. And when you react on it, you will be redirected to some suspicious application. And if you are seeing in the email body, there is a link attached, confirm your information. This is a button attached, and when you click on that button, you will redirect it to some random application, or some application that is attached with this button, that is not belongs to PayPal. Okay, so there are some signs that you need to check out before starting your investigation against phishing emails. Now you can also check the email headers also, right? You can also check out, you can investigate the attachments also without, like for like you receive some attachment, but you do not have to open it. First you need to investigate if it is if it is clean, or if it is contain malware. So there are some tools, there are some applications are available which you can take help for these types of investigation. Now the most important one is the email headers. So the email headers basically the analyst's gold mine. You can get a lots of information by analyzing these email headers. So what is email headers actually? So when you receive an email from from anyone, there is a email header attached with it. You can simply open it in the Gmail, like go to the more and click on show original. Okay, and when you click on show original, the email header will be there. So these email headers basically contains everything about the email you received, where it is coming from, the source IP, where if it is has some authentication message signature or not, if is uh, the SMTP ID, the return path, or some important things. So the email headers are a very important thing when you analysis a phishing email. So there are six things where there are few things which you need to analyze when you see the email headers, which is the return path. So the return path basically contains the actual sender's email. The return path contains the actual sender's email. And if you see this in this, like see the return path. So let me zoom it. So if you see it, the return path, see, this is the return path. This is the return path. This contains the sender's actual email address. Now then you can see the received. This is showing show mail reply path. So it is received from this. This is the mail reply path, and a IP address is also there. Now you can investigate the IP as well, like if it is indicating somewhere, or if it is already flagged by some of the applications you have for analysis purpose, like the IP info or the virus total or the other. Then you can check out the message ID. So the message ID basically contains the origin mail server, the reply to, which is showing the redirection trick, and then from, this is the visible sender, and the most important thing, which is SPF, DMARC, DKIM. These are the records that is used basically in the email for the authentication purpose. So if you see here, there are a lots of information available. If you see here, like this is the DKIM pass and SPF pass, right? This is the these authentication record information. So DKIM is pass, SPF is pass, and then the received, right? So everything contains in this email header. You need to analyze it. Now how to basically analyze it? If there are, if you asking me like there are some tools available, so yes, there are some tools available to check this email headers. With a simple, with the use of these simple tools, you can easily analyze these email headers. So let's talk about that also. So first, how to view email headers? So you can extract the header text, like I show you in the Gmail. Go to the more, like if I go to one more time, go to more, show original, and then your email header will be there. Now you can copy it and you can download the header text. Okay, and now what you can check, or how you can analyze those email headers with the a simple application or simple tool called MX Toolbox. So this is the application, mxtoolbox.com/email headers.aspx. Here only you need to paste your headers. So let me copy it and then paste it. So this tool basically analyze the headers and giving me the results in few seconds. So this is the result I got. So the delivery information is DMARC compliant, and the SPF alignment, SPF authenticated, DKIM alignment, or DKIM authenticated. So DMARC is not there, but all others authentication headers are there, authentication records are there. Then the other things also, like the delay. So if you saying that from this particular address by, and the blacklist or not, so this is blacklisted by the mxgoogle.com Google mail server. This is blacklisted. So we will got a multiple things or multiple information by analyzing the headers. If you are see here, the record information is also there, like the SPF record is available or not, or DKIM record is available or not, if it is containing some malicious, or if it is not enforced properly, right? So if these records are missing, the clear indication this is a fake, this is a phishing email. Okay, so you just need to analyze your email headers. Now how these authentication mechanism works. So the SPF is basically used for validating the sending IP. So if you see the SPF fail, like you see here, is SPF pass. Let me show you one more time. If you see here, the SPF is pass. But if you see SPF equals to fail, or the DKIM pass, or DMARC fail. So what is DKIM and DMARC? SPF is basically sender policy framework, and it basically validate the sending IP. DKIM basically validate the email content integrity, or DMARC is the combination of, basically combines the SPF and DKIM. So if the SPF and DKIM fails, there is a 90% chance the email is spoofed, or this is sent, or you are received from a email spoofing application. There are lots of fake applications are there which you can use to generate a spoof email. So if the SPF or DKIM fail, then there is a 90% chance the email is spoofed. But there are some other things which you can use for investigation purpose, like checking the body, checking the subject, checking the attachment, checking the link, or headers. Now, what you can extract the IOCs from email, like the indicators of compromise, some malicious URLs, if it is attached with it, if you are finding some clickable links, so collect the malicious URLs. The sender domain, basically where you receiving your email from, the IPs from received headers, like here the IPs are there, like this one, so you can collect those IPs as well, and then we can investigate it later. And the file hashes, like the attachments, so you can download, basically do not open, you can download the attachments, and we can extract or we can collect those information, we can basically investigate behalf of this information. So the tools we have for IOC extraction. So these are few applications which you can use for checking the URL analysis. Suppose if you are receiving any suspicious URL, suppose a URL, a link is attached with your email. Suppose in this email I'm not seeing any link available, but if you see any email or any link are attached with it, you can use this application to check out the URL. So this application basically scan the URL and going to tell you if it is belongs to fake, or if it is fake or it is the original. Because the SOC analyst doesn't directly open the phishing links or attachments in the system. They are using basically a sandbox environment. So URL scan.io application is the sandbox for the web. Before clicking any suspicious link, because like if you heard about it, some browser scam is also there. When you click on something, your browser will be hijacked. So this is the sandbox environment. You can paste any link that you seems to suspicious, that you find suspicious, and then you can analyze it. So you are seeing here like lots of recent scans are there. Suppose if I open some URL here to check the integrity, so suppose this one, so everything related to that particular URL, the information will be there. So the URL is scan IR verdict, the DNS record, everything it is connected to the IP detail, the domain tree, the links, the certifications, everything. The HTTPS transactions, like where it is coming from, where it is importing all the data, the links, any redirection are available. So everything was attached in the link. You can investigate with the help of this application. VirusTotal is also used for URL analysis. So you can open the VirusTotal application, and then you can open the VirusTotal application and then click on URL and then scan, search, or scan a URL. So basically the URL you found in the email, you can paste it here and then can search it. And this application ipinfo.io, this is also used for the checkfish.ai. So these all the tools we have for IOC extraction, for URL analysis basically. Then if you found some attachments, some files are attached with the email, you can use these four tools to analysis or a malware, if it is contains some malware in it. So what you need to do, you need to download that file, or then you can open the file here only, something like the VirusTotal itself. So in the VirusTotal, you can choose a file which you downloaded from the email, and then you can check it if the file basically contains any malware or not. Because if the file contains some malware, it will be flagged here, and VirusTotal basically scans with multiple vendors and give you the result. So these all applications do the same thing. You can use any of them to scan your file for the malware analysis purpose. Like suppose if I open the file scan.io, then it will be leading to the application, and this application is the next gen malware analysis. Now you can provide the analyze, like the link, like if you see something suspicious, and you can drop your file also. Okay, so these four tools are used for malware analysis purpose. But are they tool enough to conduct a investigation on phishing emails? No, they are not. So I have some info, some more tools that you can use for phishing email analysis. So these tools are, suppose if you are doing the email header analysis, then we have these tools. So these tools basically analyzing all the email headers and the artifacts for phishing indicators. So we have 5 tools available. Like I used MS toolbox often, but you can use these other tools also, which is by the Azure header analyzer. So this is the application name. The Gaijin email header analyzer, the Google message header analyzer, the mailheader.org, and MX Toolbox. If you are checking the URL and IP reputation analysis, suppose you are seeing some IPs which you obviously see in the email header, so you can analyze that IP also. You can analyze that IP, you can analyze any URL with the help of these applications, like the Abuse IPDB. This application is basically checking the reputation of IPs, the reputation of domains or URLs. Then the Bright Cloud, the Checkfish, the Cyber Gordon, the IBM Xbox Exchange, the IP Info, the Sukari one, the Spam House Lookup, Talos Intelligence, Trusted Source, URL Scan, Virus Total, and WebCheck. All these uh, applications is basically gives you the report, they contains the tools to check the reputation of URL, if it is suspicious, if it is legitimate, checking IPs, or checking the domains also, including the visualization and sandboxing. So sandboxing environment, they contain all the application containing the sandbox environment, so it will basically not harm with your system. Then if you are going to run the file and malware analysis, so these tools are basically used for analyzing the email attachments or the potential malware in your sandboxes, or running the malware in sandboxes. So any run, then this one, the file scan, the hybrid analysis, and Joy Sandbox, Tries, or VMray. These 7 tools are used for file email analysis. Then the domain or who is lookup, like the domain you contained with your sender's email. Like if you're receiving an email and that contains a sender's email, so you want to analyze, you want to check with that, then you can use these tools: central ops, DNS analytics, domain tools, security trails, who is. If you want to use, if you need a tool that is basically used for automated collection of analysis any phishing artifact, so cyberchef and fish tool is there. And if you want to check the phishing intelligence and miscellaneous, so these tools basically used for databases, block list, or contain some tool for phishing detection and simulation. So these all tools are very helpful in your email phishing analysis. These are some more tools which you can use for phishing intelligence. Okay, now if we move forward with our file analysis, so now what is phishing campaign indicators? So phishing campaigns, the size of a large campaign, that means sometimes the email or the email you receive is basically not something like SOC team basically looks for patterns, because one email usually means many. So the campaign indicators basically include the same subject line used across multiple users. You are receiving some email, but that subject line is used across multiple users. The same URL appearing in multiple email, and the identical senders or IP ranges. So we need to check out the campaign, like the large campaign against phishing emails. So you can check out the repeated SPF field, the multiple alert in your SIM tool from same IP range, the identical URLs but with different senders. Like when you receive, if you check your email and go to the spam folder, you will see multiple emails. So they contain sometimes the same URL, but the sender is different. And you maybe you will receive multiple emails with same subject or same template. Okay. So now let's move it with the MITRA. So the MITRA, if we mapping it to the MITRA, the phishing which is used for T1566, the execution which is T1204, the credential access which is used for credential phishing which is T1566, and this all these are the MITRA ID. So mapping phishing behavior to against to basically MITRA framework basically improves your SOC use case design and reporting. These are basically helpful in the reporting. So we already discussed about MITRA, what is this MITRA, what is this IDs, what is this ATT and CK. So you can check out the previous session as well that are available, and check the video description basically. Then the use case, suppose you are basically finding out the phishing attacks or phishing alerts, so you can use this query by checking the email log with the contain some such subject like the password or invoice, or checking with the subject IP, sender's IP, source IP, right? So this simple query in the Splunk basically flag multiple suspicious emails, especially those who are repeating from one IP or a single domain. The use case, like how you can correlate with this, so we can combine the email logs plus proxy logs, because you have the email logs available and then you also have the proxy logs available, so you can combine them to correlate. Because once you extract the URL from the phishing email, the next step is correlation, because you search the proxy or DNS logs to check like in which user clicked the link. Suppose someone clicked on that link, so you will have the proxy logs or DNS logs will be generated. And if someone clicked on that link, so the information will be there. So you need to correlate with it. You need to correlate with your network log. You need to extract URL first in the phishing email and then correlate with the DNS or proxy logs. So which user basically clicked the link, which IP made the request. So if you find some hits, then might something like those hosts might be compromised. So this is how basically the as an SOC you connect some dots from email to network, from to confirm the compromise. So first extract some URLs in the phishing email, and then checking with the DNS logs, checking with the network log, checking with the proxy logs, you can check it out like which user clicked the link, which IP made the request. And if you find something, so the host, the user might be compromised, they downloaded or they clicked on that link, they downloaded the attached file, they run that file, or maybe they installed some malware in the system, so the host might be compromised. So that's how the SOC basically connect all the dots between email logs and the network activity. After that, once everything was done, you need to create a report. So what particular sections you need to include in your in your report? So you need to include summary, the email metadata, email headers, the IOC tables, your analysis and findings, like what you find in the email, the MITRA mapping IDs, the recommendation, like what we can do. So the documentation is the key. Every phishing analysis should result in a detailed or reusable report. So you need to check it out, because a professional basically report adds credibility and help the TI, threat intelligence teams, act quickly. So after your analysis was done, you can prepare a phishing report that usually include all these things. Now, if we talk about the mitigations and prevention steps, so what we can use, we can enable SPF, DKIM, or DMARC informants, like the every email should contain these authentication records. use email sandboxing, like there are some examples, proof point or 45 mail 40 mail. Implement domain whitelisting, train employees for phishing awareness, like you can train your employees to identify the phishing emails by giving a awareness session. And regularly update your threat intelligence feeds, because the technical control helps, but the best defense is awareness. You are technical, you know about how to detect it, how to analyze it, but if your defense is strong, then maybe you can prevent the compromise of the system. So the summary of this session is like understanding the phishing anatomy, analyzing the email headers or the authentication records, extracting or verifying IOCs, mapping to MITRA, and how to correlate your data in the SIEM, right? So that's how you can analyze or a phishing email. So I have designed a assignment based on this session, so you can complete it as an practical part. So what you can do, take a sample phishing email. You can check your email. You will find check your spam folder. You will definitely find some phishing email. So take a sample phishing email. You can extract the headers just like I extracted the header by clicking the show more and then the show original. This is the email headers. So you can extract the headers and then analyze with the MX toolbox or other tools which I showed you earlier. Then you can verify or identify the IOCs if it is containing something, and then you can validate in VirusTotal. If the email contains some attachments, you can use the VirusTotal to investigate, and then you can write a short phishing investigation report. Phishing attack is looks like very simple, but the outcomes are deadly. Because suppose if a employee knowingly or unknowingly click on that link and redirect it to a fake login page and provide the credential, and the credential is very important to you, then your system can be compromised, your application can be compromised, your service can be compromised. Or if the employees basically downloaded the malware and run the malware in the server, so maybe malware will be installed and then the further you will face the consequences. So as an SOC analyst, your ability to catch it early can save the organization from a breach. Most of the breach happens due to a phishing email. The organization basically received thousands of email that are fake regularly, and when the victims, when the users in your org basically interacting with them, and knowingly or unknowingly they are used, clicked, or downloaded something from the fake email, phishing email, then the breach or the attack was happened. So you can save the organization from a breach. Okay, so that will be the session for checking or analyzing the phishing emails. So now you can ask me anything you want. Okay, so then next session will be on tomorrow, and then we only left 4 more sessions in this 30 days series. So I will complete particularly this series in this week, so you will have this. So that's it for today day 26 session, phishing email analysis use case. You can check out all the resources link that are available in the video description. Session tracker is there, it is updated. Check out the resources drive, it is also updated. You can join out the Telegram group for any doubt description. You can check out the WhatsApp community. You can join out the WhatsApp community for new batches alert. You can also check out the membership only videos in the YouTube itself. I have uploaded, I am running a VAPT session there. So you will receive the VAPT videos from day 1 to how many days we are continuing. Basically the network pen testing videos, ethical hacking videos, all the members only videos are there, so go check them out as well, right? So I hope you now understand how analysis investigate basically email end to end, and we will continue with another use case tomorrow. So if you found this useful, do not forget to hit like, share it with your cybersecurity friends, share it on your LinkedIn or your network, and subscribe to the channel Zero Day Vault for more live SOC. So see you tomorrow at the same time. Stay safe, stay alert, and stay cyber secure.